there are just so many food centers in Singapore, and one of the ways, as we head up here, that people in Singapore decide whether the food is good is by looking at the queue. If there is a long queue, then the food must be good, right? Because why would people spend time in the queue if the food isn't good, right? I don't know. So how do we find out? Well, you have a place, you have a video, you have a reference, you have a series where you can find all this out, and not only at one food center but many food centers around Singapore. So what happens is, well, you will be able to find out when you go to a food center whether this queue is worth the queue, or this one. What about this one? That one? What about this one? Whether it's worth the queue. Yes, so we are having another Worth the Queue episode. So join me after the intro. Worth the queue, worth the queue. Is it worth the queue? Worth the queue, worth the queue. Is it worth the queue? I think so. I don't know. Maybe. Yes, no. I don't know. Worth the queue. Welcome back. As per last week's video, we are heading back to level 2 of Amoy Street Food Center, and we're going to continue walking along the second floor here to find or to continue our food adventure, our Worth the Queue adventure at this food center, Amoy Street Food Center. And we're going to head in there and we're going to look for our next food item, or our first food item at this food center. So let's go down here and let's go to the row where we were previously last week, and we're going to go to a store which is actually just a few stores down from Pepper Bowl, and the name of the store is called Pho Hanoi. And what do they sell here? They sell Vietnamese noodles, or modern Vietnamese cuisine. So this is Pho Hanoi, and so they sell pho, or maybe even dry Vietnamese noodles. So depending on what you want, order from the store here. And I must say, when this store first opened, I did actually try to order their noodles, but somehow the broth wasn't flavorful enough. But this time, when they came back, I was pleasantly surprised that the broth here is actually not too bad. So here I ordered their sliced beef pho, which cost me $5.50. So first thing is the soup broth here. The soup, it's very good. It has a very nice flavor, beefy, savory, with spices and a mint aftertaste. It's a hot soup, very flavorful and very delicious. Then you also have the slices of beef. Unfortunately, the slices of beef was a bit tough, but when you look at it, it's still slightly red. That means that when they put it onto the soup, it was actually raw. Then you normally eat the beef with this sauce, and you also have lots of noodles, lots of slices of thin beef slices. So it is affordable, and they have improved. So if you do come here, the queue here most of the time is not too long, quite a short queue, but you must take note of certain things. First of all, the owner actually cooks your dish as per when you order it. So even though the queue is not very long, you may need to wait quite a while for your soup, for your dish. So if you like Vietnamese food, this is a good place to try. This is a good bowl of pho. And after a very filling bowl of noodles, soup noodles, you're heading to the next row. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go towards the end of the row. We're going to turn left and go to the next row and see what we can find to eat at the next row. And directly after we turn, there is a shop here that also during lunchtime there is a slight queue, and this shop here sells porridge. And this is one of the only 2 stores that sells porridge at this food center. And here the porridge is cheap, and you have chicken porridge, fish porridge, and also pork porridge. So you just decide what you want, you order it. And what I ordered from here is their pork porridge with an egg inside, which cost me $3. First of all, I must say the porridge is nice. It has a very nice, clean, smooth taste. Just that needs more seasoning, so you may want to put in more white pepper and soya sauce to add in more flavor into the porridge. Then you have a few pork balls in there and a few slices of liver, a few slices of lean pork, and then some youtiao, which you can see on top there, which is deep fried dough, which is salty and goes very well with the porridge. So as a porridge, even though it has a nice, clean, smooth taste, but taste wise it is a bit not as flavorful as I was expecting. Even after you mix in the egg, which I'm going to do now, the porridge does need more flavoring. So very important is the black pepper, the white pepper, and the soya sauce. But if you're going to ask me to queue up to eat this porridge, I wouldn't actually queue up for this particular porridge because not as flavorful as I expect it to be. But like I said, there's only 2 stores here that sell porridge, so if you have an urge for porridge, this may be the only place for you to get it, or one of the only 2 places to get it at this food center. And after some breakfast porridge, what we'll do is we'll head further down the row. Okay, this is the opposite row. There's not many queues at this row here, but further down there's this shop which is a bit unique, which is called Spinach Soup. And this shop here sells something or soupy dish that is very popular nowadays in a lot of food centers. They sell this. I think it's a chain, but this stall is not related to that chain, but they also sell the same item, which is spinach soup. And I must say the soup here is different because it's much cheaper than the other places. Here, this spinach soup only cost me $3.50, and this one is a seafood spinach soup. And first of all, the first thing I must note is the portion size is much bigger than those you get from the other chain shop that you get all over the island. So if you want to get spinach soup, I think you should come here to this store. So when you taste the soup, I must say there is a more pleasant, porky, eggy flavor, and definitely lots more soup than compared to the other shops that sell spinach soup. The taste here is not very complex, but I prefer the spinach soup here. They do not overcook the spinach. The spinach is still nice and fibrous when you bite into it. And this soup here also has a light flavors, but still a very flavorful, delicious spinach soup. So if you do like spinach soup, this place is the place to come to for spinach soup. So if you're looking for a healthy soup, a tasty soup, a spinach soup, then you're willing to queue up, then this place is worth the queue. If not, then don't queue up. Next up, we're going to go to the next row to look for the store with the longest queue at this food center. The queue can come up right up to this pillar here, and this stall is super popular. Everyone in this area here comes here willing to line up to drink the soup. And the soup is from this stall at the edge here. You need to come early, very early, to try the soup. If not, you have to queue up. And like these people here, can you see that? The queue starts from here all the way to the other side. So the name of the shop is called Han Ki, and what they specialize in is fish soup. And the queue here is super long. People queue up even before the shop starts operating, and the queue is very long, and during lunchtime it's ridiculously long. What you see here is their $5 fish soup. And first of all, I must say, this soup here, I see why people queue up for the soup. The soup here has a strong, bold fish soup flavor. It has a deep, savory taste with a fried garlic and white pepper aftertaste. And for $5, which is the small portion, they give you lots of fish slices. And the fish here, they also do it very well. It's delicate, but still have a nice satisfying bite texture. And when you bite into the fish still has some of the fish flavor in the meat, which most places they cook it in the soup until all the flavor is gone. And that actually helps to give this soup an extra dimension into the soup. Very good. The soup also complements the fish slices and also the vegetables here. So if you do come here, if you are willing to queue up, then I must say this place is definitely worth the queue, even though the queue is very long. But good food is good food. Nothing else I can say. That fish soup the fish soup queue is ridiculously long. I do not know why people would queue that long for that soup, even though I've drank it a few times. But if the queue is too long, I do not know whether it's worth the queue. But I also noticed one more thing at this food center here. In this food center here, there's a lot of fish soup stores. So which store sells the best fish soup? I don't know, but I need to find out. But I can only find out that later in the next video. Look out for that. Anyway, here we are at the last stall at this food center, and this stall is called Ban Mian Fish Soup. And here they sell ban mian and fish soup. So what I ordered from here is I actually ordered some fish soup from this stall here. And this time I decided to order their double fish soup, which cost me $5. As I mentioned earlier in the series, somehow at this food center, fish soup sells very well. There's quite a queue for most of the stalls. So this shop here is no different. So one thing different about this is that they actually separate out their sliced fish and their fried fish. So they put it out into two different bowls. So first of all, the soup here is good, very flavorful. Slightly garlicky, slightly tart finish, but a generous amount of sliced fish. The fish here has a nice soft texture but still fresh. Then you have the fried fish, which they serve on a different bowl, which gets soggy when you put it into the soup, but it's very nice thick pieces with a crispy outer layer. But it's only 3 big pieces, but still a very nice fish soup, well flavored, generous amount, fresh. And whether I would queue up for it if the queue was long. If it was too long, I wouldn't queue up for it. But okay, if the queue was hanky long, I wouldn't queue up for it. But if it was a short queue, I wouldn't mind queuing up for this soup. This soup here is actually quite nice. And so, this brings us to the end. To the end of what? Well, of our food adventure. Our worth the queue adventure here at Amoy Street Food Center. This is the last episode. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you get all the information you needed about all the queues here. And before we go, next week what I will do is I will make another video, this time about the fish soups at this food center, because each time I come to all these type of places, I always get a question. I always, something stirs up my curiosity. And this time at this food center, where they had so many fish soup stores, I just needed to taste all the fish soup. I just needed to find out which is the best fish soup. And of course, we have the popular ones, which is Hanki and PLG. But what happens if both those stores are closed? Then, where would you need to go to get your fish soup fix? Your seafood soup fix? Yes, isn't that a very important question to know? Well, I think so. So I hope you will enjoy my next video too. And then after that, let's see how. But don't forget, before you go, please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and also subscribing to my channel. And lastly, but the most important thing, the thing that you have to do is to join me for my next food adventure. I will see you there. Bye bye.